the actual lens is facing this way, and I'm used to like holding the camera this way, or holding it this way, but now it's the lens is facing this way. Wow, I don't know why I needed to explain that. That was stupid. So quickly, I had my appointment yesterday. So if you've been following me for a long time, you know I suffer horribly from migraines, like really, really, really bad migraines. And I've been on every medication. I'm very sensitive to medication. I'm looking at the wrong side. I need to look there. I'm very sensitive to medication, so I had to get off of the medicine that I was on. And I was taking Topamax for a while, and that's really great for people who have seizures. And so they started prescribing it to people who have migraines. Because like for me, I would have really bad migraines, but I could not get over the side effects. I had side effects for a year before I was just like, I can't do it anymore. So I'm talking like you would forget, you know, I've said this 1,000 times. I know I've talked about it before, but you would forget that a pen is a pen, you know, things like that. Or your hand would feel like it weighs 1,000 pounds and it's just like constantly tingling. So I got off of that a long time ago, years ago. And ever since, I've just had to deal to the point that like I'll close, you know, all the blinds and the curtains and just take a nap. So anyways, getting back on point. Ever since that I have, okay, hold on. Since I started getting Botox regularly, I've noticed, I thought like people were full of shit when they would say they would go and get Botox and it would seriously help with their migraines. But ever since I started getting them regularly, every few months, I noticed that I very rarely, if ever, have any migraines. And I've been having migraines and horrific headaches since I was a kid. So it's kind of how we found out that I needed to wear prescription glasses when I was younger. I was constantly having headaches because I couldn't see. We didn't know what it was. And I mean, I was in the 2nd grade when I realized this. So went to the doctor and they were like, oh, yeah. Your daughter's like really nearsighted. So, yes. So yeah, I did that yesterday and I did get some lip filler. What sucks about getting lip filler, I said I was not going to do this again. Every time I say I'm not going to do this again. Anyways, what sucks is that I bruise so quickly. So I have bruises and I have to wear lipstick because I'm bruised on my mouth. So I'm like, great. But yeah, I did Botox, I did lip filler, and we talked about going bigger. So probably in September is when I can start looking at going bigger, and this would be it. Like he's already like, I really don't want you to go bigger because he's like, I like how they look. So my doctor was saying out of all the sizes, you know, that he's done my surgeries for, and I've shown him all of my different sizes. He was like, this is like the look that I really like for you because I don't have this wide open, so it's pretty close. Their boobs are touching. It's not a uniboob or anything, but they're touching enough. The only problem is that I've never had implants that have sat like this where they're closer together. They've all been kind of further apart. So I've had like a lot of, I've had a lot of bruising on this side just because, I don't know, more sensitive on this side, I guess. But they're just not used to being like this all the time, especially in a bra. So when I can, I try very hard not to wear a bra. But yeah, I'm really excited. I've been cooking a lot more. Was starting to work out, didn't get to work out today, so I gotta try and figure out when I'm gonna get that in. But I'm all excited. I got a new playlist to work out to. So as soon as I got home, I sat in the car for a minute and I was listening to a whole bunch of music while I was driving. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back through that playlist. It was through Apple Music. I'll have to post it here because I'm like, would love to know what kind of music you guys listen to. I'm a music fanatic, freak. I have to have music. It is my entire life. So anyways, I sat in my Jeep after I got home and just added some music and stuff like that. And then I got a photo of me in a bra that I posted on Instagram, and I was going to get a nude photo real quick because like I live kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, but there's neighborhoods around me. And so I live at the end of a cul-de-sac. And so I have people that are around me, and I was like looking around like this, and the next thing I know, there's like a soldier that's coming out of his car, and I was like, oh, damn it. And then he goes over and talks to the neighbor who's also in the military. And I was like, oh, shit, come on, guys. Like, go inside, go inside, go inside. And so I'm just sitting there, like, twiddling my thumbs, waiting a minute. They kind of peer over. I guess they're probably just, talking about whatever. It wasn't like they were staring or anything. I mean, I was in a Jeep, so it was whatever. But I was like, whoop, quickly got on my phone, acting like I was doing something. I didn't want to make it obvious that I was waiting. Just being a hoe. I don't like that word. I don't know why I just said that. Yes. Anyways. So I talked to my doctor about how this one sits right into the pocket and how this one, I've got some fat right here. And he's like, yeah, we'll cut into this a little bit so that way when I go bigger, it'll sit into the pocket a little bit more and they'll be better. They'll be better off. So this one sits more forward, so there's that projection, whereas this, my left side, sits more to the side. So it's an interesting combo. Sometimes I get irritated with them and I'm like, damn you, why can't you just both look the same? And then other times I'm like, I'm kind of liking that you don't. So yeah, that's about it. I'm trying to think of what else is going on today. So when I went on base to the commissary, I texted my husband and I was like, I'll be at the commissary, can I swing by your office? And he was at the motor pool and he was having a really busy day. And then he went back to his office and he was like, yeah, if you get done before 12:30, head on over. Well, I was still in line at 12:26, so I was texting him. I said, no, I'm still in line. I'm so sorry. We've just both been running like 1,000 miles an hour. So he just has a really busy days all the time. Oh my God. So yesterday, okay, let's see what time it is. Okay, 1:55. I still have time. So yesterday was Valentine's Day and we made steak. And the idea was to make steak on the grill. But when my husband got home and we opened the grill, we have it covered up, by the way, but we noticed that there was white mold growing on the inside. So I was like, okay, well, we're not doing that. So I had to look online on how to get rid of it. So we turned it up to the highest temperature. It cooked off, obviously, but now I have to go and turn it on again, let it sit, and then I have to do a thorough sponge soap and water cleansing. So we did not have a grill the first time that we were here in Washington, but we obviously had it in Hawaii. And we never had an issue and we cooked all the time. But with here, because of the constant rain, we've had just a grill cover and just was, we'll use it when we can. Didn't realize that because of all the moisture and everything that fungi or mold or whatever was growing on it. So I was like, great. So we have a new stove. Well, I mean, we got it last year, but anyways, so we have a new stove and in the middle is a griddle part where you can make meats and it has the griddle marks, or pancakes or things like that. So my husband was like, well, why don't we try on that? So I thought, okay, that'd be great. Well, the steaks kind of hang over a little bit and I was using all of the eyes while I was cooking. So I had to turn the eyes down because the flames were starting to cook the steak on the corners. And I was just like, oh my goodness. So it worked. I mean, and the steaks were really good. But, it was one of those things that was trial and error. We've never used that part before. So he's like, well, let's give it a go and see, how it turns out. So, yeah, we took the steaks off. And there was a little bit of flames at the end, just tiny, nothing big or anything. But of course, my husband was such a dingbat and posted about it on Twitter. And then people were like, oh my God, is everything okay? And I was like, no, it's fine. It's nothing like that. Just two flames and they were small. So it wasn't anything big, but yeah. So anyways, we did that. Dinner was really great. It was nice. Where was I going with that? I think that's where I was going with that. I'm kind of all over the place. Sorry. I've had nothing but water, so I'm a little lightheaded. I need something to eat. I bought some powder, like whey powder. Oh, it's right here. Hold on. So I bought Isopure Dutch chocolate low carb protein shake. So protein powder. I bought that. I bought some frozen vegetables or frozen fruit. Good Lord. I have yogurt. So this is my favorite, one of my favorite brands. I get the plain. I don't like anything. I'm lactose intolerant to begin with, so I definitely don't want anything added in my yogurt, but I have to like kind of spread it out and when I eat it. But anyways, I'm going to take a blender and I'm going to put the yogurt, the low carb protein powder, the fruit, and some orange juice and make some shakes and try and do that and kind of curb my appetite a little bit, because I go through periods where I'm hungry a lot and then I'm not hungry a lot. So, and I want to try and take better care of myself because I generally have like coffee and that's it for meals, and then I kind of snack throughout the day because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I, whatever's here, I kind of snack on. And I don't want to do that anymore. So yeah, I'm trying to see. I like doing these kind of vlogging, because just talking about my day. I know I do daily rambles where I kind of rant or talk about things that I'm kind of going through. But I really do like vlogging in general. I love to talk. I love to kind of tell people, about my day, about my family, shit that's going on, or how things are, progressing with, my day or my workouts or whatever it is. So this is kind of nice to do. But with that being said, all right, I'm going to get going. I'm going to unload the rest of these groceries. When I bounce, so sometimes it's fine, but like I'm standing like this and I'm kind of leaning back, so my back, I can start to feel it already. But you kind of realize just how heavy they are. You're just like, damn. You don't realize it, because when I'm standing up and I'm like walking and doing my shit, I don't pay attention to it. But then every so often I'm just like, wow, there's some weight to them. There is weight to them. Oh, and I can't remember if I mentioned this or not. I have conversations in my head all the time about, so this is why I'm so bad at getting to comments and so bad at getting to text messages and voicemails, because I will legit have conversations in my head of what I'm going to say. I'll plan everything out of how I'm going to respond. And then I think that I've done that. I know that it sounds like bullshit, but I don't know why I do that. I will have conversations in my head and I will think to myself, well, I sent it. Everything's gravy. I'm on top of things. Everything's gravy. I answered. Everything's gravy. And then I'm just like, well, fuck, you didn't do any of that. So now you got like 100 things to do. So I'm going to work hard on not doing that and making sure that it's not in my head, that I've actually typed it out or written it out or called someone back. So does anybody else do that? You like have conversations in your head about what you're going to text and think you did it, but you really didn't do it? Or is that just me and I just sound stupid? Anyways, yeah. Yep. That's it. That's all I got. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to finish putting away these groceries, start getting the marinade ready. And then I got to figure out if I want to do rice or if I want to do noodles. I haven't decided yet. So, yeah, my pantry. Sorry, I should have closed that because it's probably a distraction. Oh my God, I posted stories on Instagram before, and like I was standing right in front of my pantry or refrigerator and the refrigerator was open or whatever it was, or like in my Jeep, people will like zoom in to see what we eat and like who's around me, what's in my refrigerator. I was like, dude, I don't have time for that shit. What are y'all doing? Here's my pantry, so whatever y'all want to look at. Oh my God, what am I doing? What am I talking about? I'm a mess. I'm a stupid mess. Okay, I'm gonna get going. I love you guys. I'm gonna post this because this has already been 18 minutes of my life, so this is what y'all get right now. And tomorrow, thank God, finally my bed is getting fixed. They're bringing me a whole new footboard, so I'm really, really, really happy about that. Pray to the gods, the old and the new, that one isn't broken as well. So, because if it is, I'm gonna be like, find that extra piece. I'm buying some wood glue and I'm sticking that shit on there. And if you can't find that piece, I'm buying a black marker because our bed is black. And I'm just gonna, like, you know, color that wood in because I'm like, I'm done with this crap. Oh my goodness gracious. This has just been a massive headache. Lord have mercy day. Okay, all right. First world problems, I tell you what. And I know, okay, this is totally inappropriate to be talking about with my shirt off, but I do want to say that I am thinking of everybody who is in Ohio, because I think that's where the train derailed, and then there's another train derailment. I heard about that today. Philip DeFranco covered it on YouTube, and I was just like, oh shit. So I guess the first one was like, what was it, a chemical spill in Ohio? I tried to read up on it, but quite honestly, I've got some brain farts right now, and I can't quite remember everything. But the one this morning was a it wasn't chemicals, it wasn't harsh chemicals, I think. But reading about, listening to Phil DeFranco cover it, and he was talking about all the strikes that have been going on and all the issues that have been happening. I mean, it's quite, it's really serious. So I'm going to read up on it again, and I don't want to sound like an idiot as I already am telling you guys about it. But yeah, I didn't realize how serious of a situation, not just with the spill itself, but with the people who run the trains. I don't know what you call them, but just kind of how serious the whole thing is. So yeah, if you don't know anything about that, read up on it because it is definitely something we all need to be paying attention to.